playing as the Red Terran in the bottom left right-hand corner of a light shade. He is BYUN. Back again from his military service. Welcome back, my friend. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of a light shade, the blue Zerg, he is ARMANI. So, it's going to be, you know, a pretty intense series of 3 games as both of these players are extremely high level here. Both again are starting with an extremely basic opener. It looks like ARMANI's going to go for the hatch gas pool, and BYUN is going to do his normal Reaper shenanigans once his supply depot finishes, that is. So there's the barracks. He's going to attach the reactor to it so the factory can swap onto it, and he can get his reactored Hellions because he's playing against Zerg here, and you know, Terran versus Zerg, always Hellions. BYUN is going to throw down that refinery as the barracks is about halfway done. Should allow him to get 50 gas by the time he needs to. So he can get the Reaper across the map. And you know, hatchery coming up here at the natural. Spawning pool is just going up, as well as the extractor here for ARMANI. Continuing to drone up like a good Zerg player that he is. BYUN going to send his SCV down to the natural here, and the command center is going to get dropped right now. Yep, so the 140cc, very standard still. Orbital is almost done along with the Reaper, about 3/4 of the way done right now. Spawning pool just about to finish, so you know, the Queens and the Lings should be up at a decent time to hold the Reaper off. I mean, even if he kills just one drone, it's, you know, a bit annoying, so. There's the Reaper. It's going to fly and jump down the cliffs and walk on over, being a traditional Reaper. 4 Lings and 2 Queens are on the way, along with Metabolic Boost as ARMANI starts droning up the natural expansion here. Reaper going to come in, and it's going to see what it can find. So, nice grenade going down, bopping some of the Lings around onto the Reaper. They get a few hits. It's at 40 health now. Yeah, combat drugs, you know. Great free ability, letting you regen as much health as possible. Reaper's just going to continue to kite the Lings, but now that the Queen's out, the Reaper's just going to have to run as fast as he possibly can, because Queens beat Reapers. Oh, don't knock it to you. Okay, there we go. Creep Tumor goes down, and the Reaper's just going to, you know, not find much else here. Third base taken by ARMANI down here in the triangular formation, as the Reaper is off to the other side. Can't have that now. Continuing to drone up the natural here. 3 more drones being added on. Another Queen is being added also for creep spread. So the natural of BYUN has finished up, and he did swap the factory onto that reactor that was made from the barracks, so he can start producing double fire cars at a time. And metabolic boost finishing up here in about 12 seconds. Mules are starting to get dropped at the now orbital command, as he did get that upgrade on the natural. 2 Queens here for ARMANI, starting to spread some creep. Nothing too crazy yet. I mean, there's a Viking in production, and 2 Hellions are making their way across the map, so you know, gotta see what's happening. So 2 Hellions in the Reaper, the traditional Terran opening 3 units, except for a Marine or 2 usually. Stim pack now being researched, and some Marauders are being added on. I don't think that 2 Hellions and a Reaper can fight the Queen, though. It's just, you know, a bit unfortunate. So, Overlords are sitting around here as a Viking is going to pop out of the starport here. There he is. He's going to snipe the Overlord. This Viking's probably then going to go across and snipe whatever other Overlords he can do, and get rid of, you know, cause a little bit of a annoyance here, so that ARMANI can't just, you know, freely drone and drone and drone. He is adding on the Baneling Nest, which just finished in the back of the natural right now, though. Nice surround on the Hellions and the Reaper, and everything goes down. Great pick by those Lings right there. Queens are now continuing to walk down to the 3rd base and spread creep, as ARMANI is droning like a madman, and I can't even blame him. You pick that, you gotta punish it. Going into a layer now, about halfway done right there. Armory being dropped for Mr. BYUN, as more fire cars and a medevac with, you know, two Marauders and a Marine are making their way across. There's one Ling. The Viking is going to be landed here as BYUN's going to try to push onto the creep here. Hellbats are going to transform. Marauders are dropping now. There is one Medevac here to help this push. Now, Hellbat Medevac is very strong on its own, but this also has Concussive Shell, Marauders, and Stimpak with it. Nice Banelings just walking right on top of everything, though, and it's just, yeah, the Terran player, I mean, even with those nice Bane hits, the Terran player with the Hellbats are just way too strong at the current moment. One Hellbat going to go down. I mean, he's going to hold this pretty easily, but he does lose a lot of Queens for it, as more Hellions are going to come across the map and start transforming into Hellbats here. Go right after the drones. Only a few of them have been picked so far, I'm pretty sure. Ling's trying to get the surround on the Hellions and the Marauders, and it is just not enough. BYUN is just going to continue to destroy all these Lings. That Queen finally takes down another Hellbat, as the drones are going to finally be able to go back on the line when this Marauder falls. So, you know, I think there was only like 2 drones that went down there, so these 2 Hellions were trying to transform into Hellbats, but they were caught by the Lings transforming in the middle of the map. He does cancel it and start running for his life here. I don't think he has he does not have smart servos yet from the armory. I don't think, at least. Where's the armory? There's the armory. Yeah, no. No smart servos yet, just Stimpak and Concussive Shell. Ling's going to run back onto the creep here as the 4 Hellions from BYUN are just going to wander around and see what's happening. Centrifugal Hooks is researching now as ARMANI continues to drone and drop more extractors. He's now on 5 gas. There's still that one empty in the main as more Queens are being produced 2 at a time. Ling's trying to hold back any aggression from Hellions or anything like that. BYUN floating his 3rd orbital command over to his 3rd base outside of his wall. Again, more Hellions are going to run across the map. These Hellbats are just ridiculously strong. They take so much less damage and they do so much more damage with the once they transform into Hellbats. So here they go. They're going to transform. The Banelings are going to be huge in this, but I don't think it's going to go very well for them because they are just not here yet. It's just Queens right now. It's just going to be 3 Queens with about 8 or so, 7 Banelings morphing on the back line. A 4th Queen is added on, as the Banelings are just going to try to roll in, but, well, they get some decent connections. The Ling's going to try to come in and finish it up. Melee attacks 1 finishing up here in about 12 seconds, but the Lings are just getting automatically roasted alive by the Hellbats here. And the Queens are going to come back out and try to protect the drones. 5 did go down here, as, you know, these Hellbats are just going to walk off the creep and run back home. Combat Shield does finish up. These Lings not going to be doing very well against these Hellbats here. I mean, wow, they actually get enough. Well, yeah, because Melee 1 finished, and you know, with that, they're in a pretty good place against the Hellbats. So ARMANI's 4th base is now down here, as he's going to continue to run the Lings across the map here and see what he can find. Widow Mines are now here, along with Terran Ground 1-1 here for the bio at least. And one Ling's going to walk by here as ARMANI sitting up here at the what he thinks would be the 3rd base, as BYUN starts building the 4th base in right outside his natural wall. Noobstized Carapace being added on along with Melee 2-2 for the Zerg. 2-2 bio ground for 2-2 bios coming in for BYUN now, as it just started a few seconds ago. Overseers and more Banelings are being added on as well here. Macro Hatchery 2. He just wants to try. I think he's just going to try to end this with Banes, with Ling Bane. Doesn't have to, you know, necessarily transition out yet. I don't think he even has the Infestation Pit yet. He does not. He's just going to try to do as much damage as he possibly can with Ling Bane. Is there a Spire or anything? No, it's just going to be it's just pure Ling Bane right now for ARMANI, as he's going to play Ling Bane Queen against BYUN and his you know, Biomine. That Biomine combo is very, very devastating, as we have seen before. So Lings are going to try to run off the creep and try to get us around, but you know, Medevacs being Medevacs, they can just pick everything up and run for their lives. So, I mean, the mine's burrowed over here, and now they're going to go over here and snipe an Overlord. That poor Overlord, he's just trying to scout out and see what's happening. I mean, I guess he did his job, but he didn't need to die for it. Poor guy. Lings running across the map now, as apparently I selected the unbuildable rocks. Morphing into Banelings, they're going to go try to attack this this 3rd base of BYUN right now, as the Marine as the Marine Medevac and 2 mine combo is going to try to do as much damage as he can over there. BYUN making a massive flank of pushes here as more Marines and more mines come in, try to do as much damage as he possibly can to the 3rd base, and well, he's going to discover the 4th base now. It's very over-droned, unfortunately. I heard a Baneling connect. I'm not sure what it got. Lurker Den and Hive is now about halfway done for Armani as 2-2 is finishing up for BYUN. 13 seconds out on that. The drones are forced to pull off of the 4th base as one Marauder tanks about 5 now Baneling shots. Baneling's trying to get as many hits as they possibly can, but guys, it's BYUN. He's not going to get a lot. I mean, a few of them do connect, but BYUN, being the Bane sniper that he is just going to pick them all off. And look, there's a Thor now. And GG is called as BYUN takes the first game against Armani in this best of 3. Going right back into game 2 here. It's on Pillars of Gold. Yeah, give me 1 sec. I'll do that as soon as we get in. Okay, that should be better. If you guys have any other things, just let me know and I'll change them as we find them. But spawning in the left-hand side of Pillars of Gold, he is the Red Terran in this best of 3. He is up currently 1-0 against Armani. He is BYUN. And in the top right, it is the blue Zerg. He is Armani. There we go. Okay. So, BYUN did take the first game there. Again, guys, I do apologize if there are any mic issues. Just let me know, and I'll try to fix them as soon as I see them in chat. They're replays, so we can just pause it. It's quite easy. So, BYUN's going to go for the same opener as last game. Armani is also going to do the same thing, going for his the hatch gas pool with the 16 hatch. Both very standard openers. BYUN probably going to look to take the natural about the same time, as he's doing the same exact thing. You know, Refiner's going to finish up as the barracks is about halfway, then he gets enough gas to get the Reaper, then the Reaper goes across, see what it gets done. Maybe he picks a drone or two, and he tries to snowball an advantage off of that. Natural hatchery for Armani, about, you know, halfway done. Spawning pool and extractor have been thrown down now, as the Overlord's trying to get some vision, see if any proxies or anything like that are coming across. SCV is going to the low ground here, around where BYUN's natural is. He's going to put down the command center here just as soon as he gets 400 minerals. So, Reaper and Orbital Command are on their way out for BYUN right now. Natural just finishing up here in a few minutes, a few seconds, a few minutes. Imagine if Naturals took a few minutes to build. What a waste. More supply depots coming down here. Drones walking on over to the Natural. Does finish up here as BYUN's just started, about a quarter of the way done. Reaper is out now, I'm pretty sure. There it is. Found the Reaper. There he is. So, he's going to go across to the other side of the map, and he is going to see how much damage he can get done here. I think that's another drone. Yeah, Armani's going to try to hide the drone in the back of the third base here, so it doesn't get hit. Lings are going to, you know, try to get as much as done as they can against this Reaper. Nice micro from Armani. Oh, as soon as I say that, he loses one. I've cursed him. Unfortunate for me. Queen's just about to pop here, so, you know, the Reaper is going to get picked eventually. Yeah, he's way too far in on creep. He can jump up right now, but there's a Queen in the main. It does get pulled, and he's just going to sit on the ramp for right now. So he does go down. He's going to run into another Queen. Reaper, well, you tried your best, man. You didn't get a drone, but you tried. Overlord in position here, just right outside the main base of BYUN, as the factory is going to switch on to the reactor here. Starport being added on as the barracks is going to start its tech lab. It's another 1-1-1 timing for BYUN, as we saw last game. Lynx tries just destroying some of those unbuildable bricks, the evil neutral units in this game. Rest in peace, unbuildable bricks. Now, third base now for Armani is about halfway done, as the Overlord's going to fly in, see what's happening. He's going to spot the 1-1-1. Again, there's a Viking coming out by BYUN. Barracks lifting off again, and it is going to swap down and plant itself right there. No attachment right now, as 2 fire cars going to be met by 2 queens. He sees them and he runs immediately. Overlord, 8 years later, will finally go down. The Marine trying to poke it as best it can. Finally, it does go down. The SCV just threw down. That's a fusion core. Okay, BYUN, I see you. Okay, battlecruiser's incoming. Starport lifts up as soon as the Overlord dies, and it's going to switch onto that tech lab. And, well, BYUN is going to tack jump well, he's going to walk the battlecruiser across the map, and, you know, hop into the base of the Zerg player. Apologies. 4 fire cars now over here and making their way across, seeing what the Zerg's going to do. Fusion core just finishing up. Banshee on the way too here. As the Queen, oh my god, the fire car's roasting almost all the drones. 4 go down immediately with a nice fire shot line, as a Queen's going to, you know, force fire cars away. A Viking now with a 9 health is here. I did not see what happened to it, but, you know, now there's a battlecruiser in production. He probably ran to the Queens. Yeah, those 3 Queens right there. I found who hurt the Viking. Here they go, attempting to reach the Viking before it gets away, but, you know, rocket jets much faster than Queens off creep. 4 fire cars still wandering around, 4 more are here. So this battlecruiser, about, you know, quarter of the way done. They're very slow to build and they're very expensive. He needs to make a lot happen with this push here. Queens are wandering around back and forth, trying to find where these fire cars are going to go, but there are 8 of them, and I don't think these drones are going to do very well here. You know, 2 of them go down already. Ling's running in to try. Fire cars trying to get into the minerals so they can kite the Lings a little bit better. Well, 1 of them is still stuck. 5 survive. Now 4. Okay, he's managed to kill 4 of them. Now 5 of them, and 6. Okay, well, all the fire cars are going to die, but not before they roast 6 drones and maybe a few more. 7 drones so far, and the Lings finally pick off the last fire car. 1-1 is on the way for our Zerg player. It is melee and carapace, actually, which is, you know, classic Terran one. Another starport now is switching off. There's a battlecruiser somewhere. Where is it? There's the battlecruiser. It is now in the main base of Armani. It is roasting all these drones. 11 down so far. 12. It is forced to run away. It finds an overlord just minding its own business. And oh my god, look, 6 queens versus this battlecruiser. BYUN, you gotta run, man. You tack jumped into the main instead of, you know, flying it across and then tack jumping out. Getting a lot of damage done. And, you know, worker counts now finally are evened up. Meanwhile, Armani with a little bit of a Ling run by on the other side of the map is going to, you know, do a little bit of damage. I think he picked a unit or 2. Battlecruiser, weak and injured, is going to, well, I thought he would go home, but, you know, you gotta go onto the creep, see what you can do. In production, we have Terran 1-1, and a Spire is now down for Armani right now. Battlecruiser going to try to pick some creep tumors that are just moving across, as the Queen hit squad's going to come off creep, I think, and they're going to try to pick this battlecruiser. Okay, nope, they do not come off creep. Some Lings trying to destroy these unbuildable the bricks or the rocks blocking the way. Stimpack does finish up now, as a 4th base is being taken here by Armani. The 1 battlecruiser is going to meet the 1 Queen and some Lings. I think he picked a Ling, or 2 maybe, as they're trying to destroy these rocks here. BYUN is tack jumping that battlecruiser home, as now it is a Marine tank push. So 2 tanks and 18 or 19 Marines. I think only 18 are going to come right now, though. Yep, the others are going to stay home. So it's 18 Marines and 2 tanks with a medevac. Very strong push indeed, especially against just Ling and Bane and Queen. I mean, there's 1-1 for the Zerg player, and Centrifugal Hooks is not done yet, and Melee 2 is also not done yet. He's producing 3 more Queens, and the Spire did just finish. So if he can eliminate all these Marines, if so needed, he can, you know, he can clean it up with the mutas. Marines gonna walk their way on creep. All these Queens are trying, but there's no creep there. The mass transfusions here as the Lings try to get us around onto the Marines, forcing the siege tanks to focus fire their own units. Tanks just shredding these Banelings immediately. Unfortunate here for Armani, as he He kills a decent amount of Marines as there are only about 10 or so left. One walks forward and gets stabbed to death by a spine crawler. He was on a mission of his own. Meanwhile, the battlecruiser, again, now repaired, is going to come over and kill 10 workers. BYUN is just everywhere on the map at once. Meanwhile, attacking again at the 4th base. He is just going to snipe this 4th base for pretty much free. The battlecruiser is fighting about 8 queens right now. 9th one it seems to be joining. Muta's finally there. 7 Mutalisks here to try to fight this battlecruiser. Now it's 10 Mutalisks going to fight this battlecruiser. Is tack jumping home though, and he's going to see a few lings just running by. Meanwhile, BYUN is now continuing to slowly push on up on the Zerg territory as he is just unsieging and sieging these tanks very, very well with this Marine ball. He can just start lifting into the main base right now, dropping out as many Marines as he possibly can. He is going to keep some on the low ground, though, to defend the tanks. As, well, there's a queen. She's going to answer it, and she's not going to do so well. The Zergling's trying to get us around here. Queen does fall. Baneling's coming in now. If he fights into that, he knows not to fight into that, though. The Spore Crawler is going to take a hit. Then the Baneling's going to take a hit. The Baneling does actually kill the Marines, and the Queens are going to pick off both medevacs. Now there's a scan trying to keep Armani back a lot. 17 drones have gone down in this game so far. Actually, it's a lot more than that right now. Right now, it's, 16 drones. So 16 drones total have gone down for Armani, just compared to 17 for BYUN. Now Armani is moving across the map with Ling, Bay, and Muta, and there's a supply depot constructing there. Don't know why, but supply depot constructing as the Lings and Mutas are going to move across the map. I see another battlecruiser. It's probably that same one that keeps tack jumping home. 3 tanks and the Marines are still sieged. Medevacs are going to load up here as a lot of Mutas just swarm on top of this battlecruiser. Battlecruisers alone not very good at taking out Mutas. They can, and they just lose most of their health for it. Right now, there are, 12 Mutalisks versus 1 battlecruiser. 47 Marines, though. The Marines have to get dealt with by the Banelings. The Mutas cannot deal with Marines in that number. 3 tanks still sitting here as the Zerg is going to try and get as much damage done as he possibly can. So, Medevac is going to get shot down again as the Spore Crawler burrows on the high ground here. He's going to try to deny as many drops as he possibly can. Queens are falling even though mass transfuse is happening. Mutas and Lings and Bane swarm on top of this battlecruiser. Tack jumps across, doesn't even jump across, he just jumps right next to him again. So, Armani going to take a 5th base now. His other 4th base is under fire by Marines and Medevacs as, he's just losing a lot of stuff right now. The Zerglings and Mutas finally responding to this, as the Banelings are rolling in. Mutas getting on top and eliminating most of this. BYUN is forced to run home now. Widow Mines and Armory and another command center on the way for BYUN, as Armani is just going to continue to go up and up and up with his Muta count, trying to add on as much as he can to try to stop this damage he's taken by BYUN. They are still both tied on workers, both at about 68. Marines forced to run home now. Command center floating. Lings running across the map here. They are going to try to deny as much as they can. Missile turrets are going up around this 4th base so he can, so BYUN can, try to deny as much Muta harass as possible. Drilling claws also being researched now as the Muta ball is going to fly over. There's a Widow Mine. He knows he has to pick the Widow Mines immediately. Instead of electing to face in that many Marines with 2 Widow Mines, he is going to back off, though. Pneumatized Carap is finishing up here as Ground 2 is just about to finish as well. More Mutalisks are being added on. Flyer attacks, too, has just started as well. He's going to go right on top of these supply depots, trying to be a little bit of an annoyance right here. There are only a few Marines there. The rest of them slowly trickle in as the Mutas are just going to fly into the main. They're going to find missile turrets. A lot of missile turrets. Perhaps even some Widow Mines. No Widow Mines here as the Medevac is going to pick up here. Mutas are going to be forced to go home here as Marines are dropped out near these missile turrets by the Medevacs. Mutas are also now forced to go home. Medevac flying across the map. Has a bit of a drop with 8 Marines. One of them is a bit damaged. That's okay. Medevac definitely has enough energy to heal that. He's going to drop out into the main here as the Muta ball from Armani is going to continue to fly across the map and try to do as much damage as he can. BYUN has finally started producing Thors. 3 more barracks are being added on now right here as, the Muta ball is going to find these non-burrowed Widow Mines. They are going to start trying to snipe a Medevac. They snipe a bunch of mines right now. And in the main here, BYUN is dropping his 8 Marines out. He is going to be able to pick up and get home. Burrow is finishing here in about 12 seconds. So that's another way to protect your drone line as long as they don't have scans. So Mutaball didn't really get much done. How many mutas are there? That's 21 mutas. Okay, 21 mutas, 24 banelings here as you know, BYUN, he does finally have a Thor. More are in production here as, you know, vehicle plating 1 and bio and ground armor 2 is now on the way. Vehicle plating 1 just about to finish up. More Thors being added, more missile turrets. BYUN is trying to deny this Ling Bane Muta army comp from Armani as best as he possibly can. Flyer attacks 2 finishing up here in about 8 seconds, and flyer attack 2 mutas are really, really strong. But here we go. Widow Mines now, trying to burrow and catch the Mutaball off guard here. So, Ling Bane Muta is going to try to get in on top of this. The Widow Mines are going to fire. They're doing a little bit of friendly fire here as the Banelings connect and do a lot of damage here. Terran army in full retreat as they are forced to run as fast as they possibly can. More reinforcements are meeting them, but the Muta's on a nice flank right now. As there it is. Oh my god, both these guys playing ridiculously fast in this fight. So, you know, Baneling's going to try to get on top of the Marines. A Thor is there. He's shooting as fast as he can. And for now, BYUN holds this, but the Mutaball continues to grow and shrink in numbers as these fights go on. Wow. So, right now, more Thors are being produced. Right now, there's only one. The other one was killed off. Most of the Marines were killed as well here for BYUN, as he's going to try to walk across the map and do as much damage as he possibly can. The Mutaball is going to spot this thanks to the Overseer. Here we go. This is going to be, well, there would have been a fight, but the Mutaball did decide to back up here. Hive now about halfway done. More creep tumors being added, so he can continue to spread creep as best he can, even though he's against Terran. They have a nasty habit of trying to deny as much creep spread as possible. Circling burrowed under the command center that is trying to land. So, 2 Thors versus 22 Mutalisks. Unfortunately, the Thors win unless you magic box like a god, which I'm very sure BYUN can definitely do. More Zerglings just kind of sitting around, you know, trying to deny as much as they can. This one's burrowed, as he's, you know, very near BYUN's territory. Burrowed Banelings, right there. The Mutaball in the back here is going to fly on top of missile turrets yet again, and, well, I mean, he's going to get a decent amount of damage done as he is going to start picking the armory. Another missile turret's trying its best as the, you know, the bio army of BYUN is going to try to do as much damage as it possibly can to these Mutalisks. They are just eliminating a lot of the Marines right now, as +2 Mutalisks are very strong against just, you know, Marines. I think they have 2 too, but, you know, Mutas are very strong against Marines. Thors were not in position there as Armani is going to go in and start picking as much as he can. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Thors finally making their way up to attack the Mutas. Ling Bane over here is getting destroyed by some Marine Marauder. Nice flank from BYUN though, but great connections from Armani as he just takes that and says, no, 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 you are not getting any farther. Burrowed Banelings are just, you know, popping up around the map here, trying to catch BYUN on a little bit of a miss micro. Oh, Widowmine, 2 shots hitting, and they do a lot of damage to the Mutas. He's only at 13 Mutalisks right now versus 3 Thors and a bunch of Widowmines. So, ground plating 3 now about halfway done, along with vehicle plating 2. I don't think the Mutas got to snipe that armory. No, they didn't. They only did about 200 damage to it. So the Ling Bane is going to, you know... Oh, no, he's going to bait him onto this. Will it actually work is the question? Oh, no. No, I don't think BYUN's going to get hit by this. But the Ling Bane Muta is going to crash on top of this here. Amazing fight. Taking a lot of resources lost for BYUN right now. It's only 2,000 behind the Zerg player, which in the Zerg player perspective is great. Adrenal now finished here as the Banelings collide with the army again. Great again, though. Micro by BYUN trying to keep as much of his army alive as possible. Armani running 3 Lings across the map, seeing what's happening. More Lings joining them. BYUN continuing to pressure as Ultralists have finally made it out. 2 in production. Zerg ground 3-3 now on the way, along with chitinous plating, making the Ultras have 7 armor once both armor upgrades finish here. 1 Ultra fighting, trying his best to hold on here, as infantry armor does finish up here. Problem with Ultras right now is they're just, you know, they're not very good. Large problem with building them. So, Mutas, Overseers, and Lings attacking across the map on BYUN's side of the base here. As, you know, some Marine Marauder and a Thor, 2 Thors actually, are going to try to get in on this. And, you know, now they're, yeah, the Ultras are trying their best, but they just do not do enough damage right now in the current meta, unfortunately. Especially against, you know, Terran forces that are microed to this caliber. So, Anabolic Synthesis also on the way here as Melee 3 finishes up. These Ultras have 7 armor, as you know, a Widowmine shot still does a lot to them. Nice transfuse from the Queen going down onto the Ultralisk here. As ARMANI trying to, you know, wiggle around and see what he can take. He's not going to engage this without the help from the Mutas and the Overseers, though. If he can get on top of this, there we go. He's going to go now. It is a massive, absolutely massive surround as the Medivacs pick up the Thors, and they're immediately falling. They are dropped again immediately. Those Banelings still burrowed there. I don't think he remembers that they're there. Unfortunate here as all the Medivacs are going to fall. All the Thors going down. Marine Marauder is here, but it is not. It is trying to force the Zerg player back. If he walks over those Banelings, it's going to be absolutely massive here. But he is not going to walk over those burrowed Banelings. BYUN now down 40 supply against this massive Zerg army of Ling, Bane, Muta, and Ultra. Trying to push forward still. He has a few Widow Mines left. If he can get decent connections on the Mutas, he's going to do a nice amount. Banelings finally getting used as they exploded on top of their own Ultras. Those 3 unburrowing. He's going to try to fight through this. It is going to probably work, though, here. Another Widow Mine discharging on that Ultra. As BYUN, again, is going to retreat. What an absolutely back-and-forth 20-minute game by 2 very good Zerg and Terran players. That Ling just kind of sitting there being like, hey, man, what's up? Did get slowed trying to run with that concussive shell. More Lings are making their way across. BYUN has invested a lot into Marauders. He has about 9 Marauders right now, along with 5 Widow Mines. Marauders are very good, especially against Banelings, and he's realized that as he starts producing 4 more, as, you know, Marauders with about 125 health, I think it is. Let me see. Yeah, it's 125 health, are able to tank damage from the Banelings a lot better than the Marines, as they do not do bonus damage to them. All the Baneling morphs are canceled as the Queens come out and try to fight this. BYUN trying to do as much damage as he possibly can. The Mutas fly over the another base of BYUN here as the missile turret's trying to do it, but, you know, SCVs on repair don't do it. Meanwhile, back on the other side, Ultra's trying to pick some stuff off as BYUN is going to pick up another ARMANI base here. ARMANI, again, now down to only about 5 bases right now. Fighting this Marine Marauder Thor Widowmine composition that BYUN has come up with. Look at these upgrades right now. It's 2 ground weapons with 3 armor, and oh, here we go. Bane's Ultras and everything running in against this Terran army. They're trying to get as much damage done as they can. Widowmine's connecting and doing a lot of damage here. Ultras charging forward. Half the Bio army has been left behind. Overseers with the army are going to be able to see this. Mutas flocking in, a lot of them actually. Marauders not being able to shoot up are a problem in this situation here. But again, BYUN is going to force him back. That Ultra surviving on like 2 HP, I think. Yeah, 3 health, my bad. He survived on 2 or 3 health. That Ultra is a hero here. 2 drones have gone down here. As ARMANI and BYUN focusing most of their efforts into these main armies here. More Marines are on the way as the Mutalisks are going to find a bunch of Marauders. Oh, don't let that Widowmine hit you. No, don't do that. You're going to get... Okay, there we go. He does pick it in time as the Marines come and help the Marauders against this Mutaflock. So more Marines are coming out. They're immediately going to get picked off here by the Mutas. You know, missile turret's not in the range here, unfortunately. BYUN is still down about 30 supply. He's trying his best to come back, but I do not think it's enough right now. Falling about 25 supply behind. As a contamination onto one of the barracks from the Overseer, just a little bit of a, you know, delay on the production of the Marines here. I'm not sure if BYUN realizes he forgot his final weapon upgrade, but he is continuing to push forward. That is a lot. 18 Marauders? BYUN, what is this? 18 Marauders from BYUN are going to pick this base here, as the Lings are going to run rampant in the around the 3rd and natural of BYUN. Missile turrets finally telling the Mutas to get out. Well, massive Marauder ball featuring a few Marines is going to meet this Mutaflock, and the Marines are going to be able to finish this off here. when these mutas get caught. Oh no, Armani with some great micro, tricking the Terran forces, trying to get out of there with those Mutalisks. 23-minute game 2. Oh, the Widow Mine right there. Drilling Claws is not safe. You're not safe from Overseers. Overseers know all. BYUN again pushing forward with his massive Marauder Ball. I'm in shock at how many Marauders there are. They're very good against Banes, and they do great again in kiting the Ultras. Now here we go. Lings are going to run into, or attempt to run into the bases of BYUN here, as the mutas are going to come back. I know those are more Lings actually. All the mutas are gone, unfortunately, it seems, or they're at home right now. You know, massive Marauders just running and hitting with concussive shells against these Lings. Not very good for those Lings. Unfortunate for them. As BYUN is finally tied up the supply at 152 to fight 152. Absolutely amazing back and forth game in this 24-minute slugfest here. BYUN now down about 18 or so workers. But, you know, he does have a lot of Marauders, which are going to help very much against the Ultras and the Banelings. So here we go. It looks like this is going to be the final fight here, as all of the Banes almost get sniped here. Well, you know, it was almost really good, but BYUN again now falling about 30 supply. Armani only falling about 20 supply. Definitely still even, as Armani is down on army supply by about 25 right now. Armani trying to hold on as BYUN continues to rally here. His army supply is still going up as the Ultras, Banes, Lings trying to get in onto this Bioforce. There is still no weapons 3 for it, and that is a very high factor in what's letting the Zerg army just run all over it right now. GG is called. Armani takes game 2. 25-minute game, game 2. Absolutely amazing game. Game 3 is on Death Aura. In this amazing game set of games from Armani and BYUN. Here we go. Spawning in the top left corner of Death Aura in our game 3. He is the Red Terran. He is BYUN. And in the bottom right-hand corner of Death Aura, the Blue Zerg tying it up in this best of 3. It is now 1-1. Next in this game is going to decide. It is the Blue Zerg Armani. Both players playing an extremely well-played game last time, as they are going to opt for the same openers. Again, both very safe openers, Hatch Gas Pool, and the could be 1-1-1 from BYUN or 2-1-1 or something of that nature. Drone now sitting down there. He's going to take the 48-second hatchery. Again, their timings are just ridiculously on point because, you know, they're pros. So BYUN is going to do the exact same opener, as I would assume. He's going to get the Barracks Refinery, get the Reaper out, and see what he can do with it. He did kill 2 Lings last time instead of 1, so let's see if he can kill 3 this time. Natural from Armani, about, you know, halfway done. BYUN going to go down here at about 140 and grab his Barracks, just finishing up, as he's going to have exactly timed it yet again to have 56 gas when the Reaper needs to be built. Orbital Command also going down. 1 SCV going across the map to scout out and see what Armani is doing. Let us see indeed. So, he's going to walk across. The Overlords from Armani are going to scout out and see what is happening. Anything, you know, looking a bit sus. As, going to make his way across. He does see another drone coming down here. There we go. Yep. Very standard opening, Hatch Gas Pool. Pool just finished up. 2 Queens, 4 Lings going to be here by the time the Reaper making his way across. Queens and Lings going to be there. Queen's going to be a little bit behind. Metabolic Boost is also started here. Factory now thrown down. The Barracks is going to again probably be making that reactor. Yep, there it is. Reactor. Factory's going to switch onto that and start double fire car production because, you know, Terran vs. Zerg, everyone. That's the best way to open, it seems. Unless you're proxying, of course. Reaper gonna come in. He's gonna try to pick a drone. Nice grenade bopping some of the lings. Ooh, he almost gets the surround. Nice job there, ARMANI. Almost getting that surround on the Reaper. Queen's gonna make his way out now. And, yep. You know, Reaper's gonna be forced back. Taking another hit. Combat drugs is allowing him to regen. Oh, that Reaper's getting dangerously low. But BYUN knows exactly what he's doing with his Reaper micro. As this one Marine is going to do a lot of damage and finish the Overlord off. So ARMANI is now on to taking his third base. The Reaper did not catch that drone. I don't think it was there in time, actually. Creep Tumor was thrown down instead of injecting natural. You know, you don't have to do it. You want to get that group spread started as soon as you possibly can. Hard droning now by ARMANI as Metabolic Boost is about to finish up. BYUN, on the other hand, is starting his wall of supply depots and dropping some mules. Starport is down now as the first two Hellions have made their way out onto the board. Again, it was a 1-1-1 opener from BYUN. As the two fire cars are going to make their way across, as the Lings are chasing the Reaper, they almost get another surround on him. But, you know, acceleration zones, everyone, they're a very interesting feature that was added to StarCraft. I know we had slow zones a few seasons ago, and this map's been in the pool for, I think, 2 seasons now. You know, acceleration zones are an interesting idea from Blizzard. I don't mind them. I personally banned this map, but, you know, I hate a lot of things on this map. So, 2 Hellions and the Reaper, now 4 Hellions and the Reaper are going to make their way up here, as 2 Queens are going to answer it. They find an Overlord, but they can't shoot up, so the Overlord is just going to wave at them, say, hey, what's up, guys? Can you go away, please? They're going to say, no, I don't want to go away. Concussive grenade, shells for the Marauders here. Finishing up here in a few seconds. Armory also has been thrown down, allowing Widow Mines to be cloaked after they fire. Drilling Claw is also probably going to come down here, as, you know, Viking, again, from BYUN. BYUN liking that one Viking to try and do as much damage to the supply and, you know, force out some more Overlord production from ARMANI. I mean, he already started, and it was already almost on the way, but, you know, still a little bit annoying. He has to make another one now. Yep. Viking is going to land, as here we go. We're going to see the same push we've seen the entire game. Marauder, 2 Marauders, 8 Hellions, a Reaper, and the landed Viking. Viking's Gatling guns, I think, do extra damage to Armored. I think it's 16 instead of 12 or 11. As the Queens are going to get surrounded by these fire cars and absolutely slaughtered. They're transforming into Hellbats. And, well, you know, Hellbats, everyone, especially with Medivacs. Not very healthy units. A lot of Queens are out, though, and the Viking is doing a lot of damage himself. Marauder's helping with the concussive shells. Nice push here from BYUN. He has started a Liberator in his production tab. GG's called immediately, and BYUN takes it 2-1.